Hello YouTube and welcome. In this video I would like to show you the second upgrade that I make to my 2017 Commander deck Draconic Domination. So I have been playing with it since the release for about 5 months right now, and I make some changes to it and I'm quite happy. So those are the changes that I want to share with you. So for the commander, I still have the Ur Dragon, works just fine for me. About the basic lands, uh, I have 3 islands, 5 mountains, 3 plains, 3 forests, and 2 swamps. Now I'm going to show you the rest of the cards. And if you show the last video that I make, the first upgrade, you're going to recognize some of the different cards that doesn't came with the deck right out of the box. This is one of them. So Temple of the False God, Mystic Monastery, Frontier Bivouac, Jungle Shrine, Sandsteep Citadel, Crumbling Necropolis, Haven of the Spirit Dragon, Opulent Palace, Crucible of the Spirit Dragon, Path to Ancestry, Seaside Citadel, Nomad Outpost, Savage Land, Arcane Sanctum, Command Tower. So this is the other lands that I have in this deck. For the enchantments, I have the Palace Siege, Frontier Siege, Dragon Tempest, Monastery Siege, Kindred Discovery, and Crucible of Fire. Oh no, I still have one more, Elemental Bonds. For the artifacts, I have Staff of Nim, Urza's Incubator, Tow Vessel, Herald Horn, Feast of Suns, Soul Ring, Lightning Greaves, Mirror of the Forebears, Nihil Spellbond. For the creatures, I have Elkite Charger, Savage Ventmo, Crosis the Purger, Atarka World Render, Dragon Speaker Shaman, Okashi Vengeful Kumi, Sarkhan the Dragon Speaker, Dragon Lord Servant, Niv Mizzet Dracon Genius, Ojutai Soul of Winter, Cyan the Ur Dragon, Spellbound Dragon, Steel Hellkite, Boneyard Scorch, Scale Lord Reckoner, Scourge of Volcus, Intel the Dreamer, Teneb the Harvester, Silungar the Drifting Death, Dromoka the Eternal, Ryusei the Falling Star, Kologan the Storm Fury, Taigam Ojutai Master, Tyrant's Familiar, Utvara Elkite, Bladewing of Risen, Territorial Elkite, Ramos Dragon's Engine, Sunscorch Regent, Broadmate Dragon, Wazitora Nekuru Queen, So this is the creatures that I have in the deck. For fun, here I have uh, two cards that I already showed you in the previous video. I still use it. So I have an artifact Visage of Bolas. So this is a tutor for the Planeswalker. This card, like I explained before, comes with the Planeswalker deck from the Hour Devastation, the Nico Bolas. So this is a tutor, but it is great because also allows me to get an island, a swamp, or a mountain. And of course, here it is the Nico Bolas the Deceiver. Usually I wait to play it in a certain moment of the game when a creature that it is very nasty to me. So I use the second ability, destroy target creature, then draw a card, and basically that's what it does. The sorceries, I have the Forseek, Diabolic Tutor, Earthquake, Kodama's Reach, Curse of Fate, Cultivate, and Fractured Identity. Now for the new cards that I put in this deck for the last month, I put the Harrow, 3 drops. As an additional cost to play Harrow, sacrifice a land, search your library up to 2 basic land cards and put them in play, and shuffle your library. So this is a cheap way to filter our deck to get the basic lands that we need. Remember that this deck works with the 5 colors, so very useful. Of course, because of the 5 colors, it is the City of Brass. Whenever City of Brass becomes tapped, it deals 1 damage to you. Tap it, adds 1 mana of any color to your mana pool. A must have in this deck. Live Flux, this is the Portuguese edition. So for X and a forest, the target player gains X life points. Very useful to recover some life points. Here we have a great card that makes miracles in this deck. Archetype of Aggression, so this is a cheap card and very useful. 3 drops, creatures you control have trample. Creatures your opponent control lose trample and can't have or gain trample. And it is a 3/2. Of course, imagine using dragons with the power of them, with flying, and now with trample. Crazy. Works really well. For most the same thing, I get this one. This is another really cheap card. Stampeding Elk Herd. So 5 drops. Whenever attacks, if creatures you control have a total power 8 or greater, creatures you control gain trample until the end of the turn, and it is a 5/5. So this is also great. So I have the rest of the creatures with flying. They get also the trample. This one even without the flying, because it is a 5/5, it is a great to attack also. Here I have the Fervor, 3 drops. Creatures you control have haste, great card. So all the dragons that I put in the battlefield can attack immediately, great card. This is a funny card to me. This is another cheap card, but in this deck is some curious effect. So Obelisk of Alara, 6 drops to enter. He has a high cost, I know that, but he allows me to play with the 5 colors of this deck. So for a colorless and a plain, tap it, I gain 5 life. And if I spend on colorless and an island, draw a card, then discard a card. For a colorless and a swamp, target creature gets -2/-2 until the end of the turn. For a colorless and a mountain, Obelisk of Alara deals 3 damage to target player. And finally, for a colorless and a forest, tap it, target creature gets +4/+4 until the end of the turn. So this is a card that uh, takes some time to enter because of the cost. But then, just for 2 mana, allows me to get some nice abilities. Especially the first one, you gain 5 life, and the last one, target creature gets +4/+4 until the end of the turn. Imagine this in a dragon. This is crazy. So uh, I think this is a kind of a good balanced card about the cost to enter. Of course, again, I think this works fine because of this deck that works with the 5 colors and it is a kind of slow, but the abilities that allows me to use are great. Here I have Niv Mises the Firemind, 6 drops. He has flying. Whenever you draw a card, it deals 1 damage to target creature or player. Tap it, you draw a card, and it is a 4/4. So this is the dragon that came in the Wizards deck from 2017 also. So this is one of the lowest dragons that I have. It's just a 4/4, but I can easily use it the second or the ability that he have. I tap it, draw a card, and it gives 1 damage to target creature or player. Great card in this one. Here I have another Portuguese card. I think that in English it is Flux Silver Amulet or something like that. It is an old card. I have it from my old collection. It is an artifact. So for 4 colors to enter, then 4 colors tap it, choose a creature card from your hand, then put it in play. So this is a great card in this deck because the dragons has high costs to enter, and also they have also always the chosen colors to enter. So sometimes it's not easy to have the right colors to make them enters in the battlefield, and this card allows me exactly to do that. For just 4 colors mana, I can put any dragon in the battlefield. Great card. Here I have a crazy card that I found. Cruel Ultimatum. Of course this is a high cost, but it's quite worthy. So 2 mountains, 3 swamps and 2 islands to enter. It is a sorcery, but target opponent sacrifice a creature, discards 3 cards, then loses 5 life. All this to a target player. Then to us, you return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand, draw 3 cards, and then gain 5 life. This is a crazy card in this deck. Crazy card. Here we have Surak the Dragon Claw, 5 drops. So it is another Portuguese card. He can't be countered. The magic creatures that I control can't be countered also. And the other creatures that you control have trample. And it is a 6/6. So another great card in this deck. And finally, from Waste of Battle from 2015, I choose to put this in this deck also. Gisela, Blade of the Gold Knight. He is a 7 drop to enter. It is an angel, a 5/5, flying with first strike. But the main reason why this card it is in play is because of the rest of the card. If a source will deal damage to an opponent or a permanent an opponent controls, that source deals double that damage to that player or permanent instead. If a source would deal damage to you or a permanent you control, prevent half of that damage rounded up. So imagine playing with dragons, with the powerful, really powerful dragons, and with this card in play allows me, for example, with this card, with the simple attack, a 5, I choose to attack this creature, and with this card what makes it is a 10 attack. This is crazy. And if someone attack me, for example, even with the card like this, with a 6/6, with this card in play, the damage that I potentially going to get, it is 3 in not 6. So great card that I put in this deck. Fortunately, I already have it from the previous Commander deck, from 2015. So this is how my deck it is right now. It is very nasty. It's still a kind of slow to start. Then when it starts, now it's a little more fast, a lot more fast right now. But when this starts to really beat the other players, beat really hard. So this is what I have to share with you. So my second upgrade to my Draconic Domination deck from 2017. And for an extra, I would like to show you this. So I have cards in this deck, like I show you, that allows me to put dragons for 4 in the battlefield. So from the unstable set, I get this dragon token with flying 4/4. As you know from the tokens from the unstable set, all of them are foiled, and I added this one to this deck. So this is what I have to share with you. I hope you like it, you enjoy it, and see you next time.